How do you establish trust when building relationships?
Trust is an absolutely fascinating thing within business. It is what I built, I think what I built my entire business on and my entire future on. But I think it is not only the most important thing as a human, but it gives you excitement and it makes you feel secure. Building trust and identifying people you can trust is an art form. I say it a lot, but you go by gut feelings. The person who we promoted to be president of our agency, when he had his interview 3.5 years ago, the interview was already happening. I walked in, and within 3 minutes, I was like, I completely trust this person. I know it sounds weird, but those are the type of things that you can do. And I remember one day my wife came to work and she met this guy. She goes, I really don't like that guy. Guy seems like he acted like he was too buddy with you. Or she said, I'm like, honey, give this guy a chance. Like, trust me, this is a guy to trust. And we were, absolutely right.
What did you see in those 3 minutes?
I saw that the things that they did in their life were very much in line to how we looked at things. But that I think just the energy that sometimes people get, the way they look at you, the way they're kind of excited about your problem, your thing. When you have a conversation with someone you meet for the first time, if just even flows of conversation happen, you know that you have a connection there. And when someone respects the sacrifices that you've made to get, a company to where it is, and you realize the path that they have taken and what they're trying to achieve, you know that there's a certain trust level there. Mm-hmm. It's a very weird and interesting thing. All the promotions that have happened in our companies, because these are people that we absolutely trust. And they're people who can be very smart and work very hard, but you just can't trust them. And unfortunately, you could be the hardest working person there, but they're not someone that you can really trust with certain parts of not only the business, but opening yourself to them, because they would use it as a leverage point. And, I know that sounds silly, but I know really smart and hardworking people that you can't open up completely and kind of put them in your little trust tree, because they see that as an opportunity to kind of go up the ladder, or they see that as an opportunity to leverage something, versus when you trust the right people, you're in something together. They're not looking to make that a leverage point. They're looking at it as like, hey, we're involved in something together. I respect that, I'm happy that, we have mutual, trust for each other. And the biggest one is what I do in this situation, because these people, I have trust in them, but they need to have trust in me. So I have to do everything I can to make sure that people do trust me. Mm-hmm. Clients is one thing. You sell them, you say, I'm going to deliver. There's a huge amount of trust that they put in you. Staff is another. You have to show them you go to, what you'll do for them, but that you always do the right thing, and that they can trust saying, I know at the end of the day that Mike has our back, and I trust that Mike's going to do what's best for the company, and Mike is going to look out for me. And I think I've shown that is, even when we let go of employees, our company tries to find them somewhere else that they should work, or we have real serious conversations about where the career is going and how it didn't fit with what we were doing. Or sometimes it's like, hey, it's my bad. It was my bad hiring you in the beginning because you worked better at a bigger company and you thought you wanted smaller, but the truth was bigger companies suit you better. And I think that has a lot of trust in the employees that work there that will only give you your time. I think that, we have extremely low turnover in our company, and I think that's because there's a level of trust. And I think that when you ask an employee to do something and you say, hey, I need you to fly here and work 2 weeks and give up your weekends and do all this stuff, it's because they trust us and they trust me. So I take that very seriously. But trust is a hard thing to quantify, but I think very quickly I know if I'm going to trust someone or not.